Hi, good day. This is Dr. Erwin Abrencilio, and we are to talk about social literacy, Module 3 of our subject building and enhancing new literacies across the curriculum. For the meantime, I won't be able to turn on my camera, so you will just be listening to my voice as we discuss our lesson. So let's talk about our learning outcomes. So first is define social literacy. Second, discuss social skills, their impact, and strategies for improvement. Third, describe an emotionally intelligent person. Fourth, draw relevant life lessons and significant values from personal experience on practicing social literacy. So let us talk now about what is social literacy. So, as stated, it entails the development of social skills, knowledge, and positive human values toward desire and ability in human beings to act and react positively and responsibly in a wide range of complex social settings. So, that means that part of social literacy development is the development of our social skills. So, meaning those social skills that we need in order for us to interact with other people are all part of social literacy. Next, it can be acquired through social process of inquiry, values exploration, and social decision making that relate to the acquisition of knowledge and understanding. So that means um, we can actually learn social literacy just like any other literacy, those things that we have discussed before and those that we will be discussing in the next few weeks can all be learned. So, in case of teachers, it can be demonstrated by teachers or anyone who may not be teachers, but anyone who's working or working in a company, um, in dealing with their superiors, colleagues, parents, students, and others, while for students, by way of interaction and interrelation with the surroundings around them, their peers, the media, and political influencers, technology agents, religious groups, school staff, family members. So that means na as we interact with other people, as we go along to our journey in this life, we will always be interacting with different people. So different scenarios. For example, you are a teacher, you are a student, you are a company, you are working in a company. So you will always be dealing with people. And in dealing with them, you'll be needing your skills, your social literacy skills. So, talking about social literacy skills, in order for us to develop social literacy, will be needing social skills. So, what are they? So, these are aspects of social literacy. As such, these are an integral part of functioning in society. So, meaning to say, na in order for us to function well in our society, we should be equipping ourselves with social skills. So it involves good manners, communicating effectively with others, being considerate of others' feelings, and expressing personal needs. So meaning to say, na for us to develop, when it comes with social skills, these are those like good manners. No? Do we have good manners? How do we deal with other people? Are we are we good in communicating with other people? Do we express our feelings properly? Do we concede Are we considerate of others feelings and as well as their personal needs? In fact, children gain social skills through playing while adults obtain it by interacting with others, both verbally, spoken language, non-verbally, gestures, body language, facial expressions, eye contact, and appearance. So all these things are actually part of our development, no? So nung mga bata pa tayo or nung mga bata pa kayo, you are playing with other kids. So that's part of your development for your social skills. Now, when it comes with that of an adult, madami din. So, as we interact with other people, we develop uh, our skills like verbal skills, non-verbal skills, our facial expressions, our eye contact, our appearance, our body language. And these are all part of social skills, no? So, kung ano man ang magiging work mo someday, magiging teacher ka, magiging part ka ng isang company, napaka-essential ng communication. So, ngayon pa lang, mag-practice ka na, learn how to eye contact with the person that you are talking with, ano, you learn how to use gestures, your body languages, non-verbal, yung mga non-verbal na yan. And of course, you should be good in speaking. Okay? Stop nga natin. Alright, so let us continue with the social skills. So, social skills are also important in schools because they help build, maintain, and grow relationships of students with classmates, peers, teachers, students, and others. While for teachers, with their superiors, colleagues, parents, students, and others. So, kung ikaw ay magiging teacher someday, so there are a lot of opportunities for social skills to be developed among your students, no? So because students are exposed to their classmates, to their peers, to teachers, with other students and others, even friends. Now, in case that you are an ABICO student and you'll be part of a company someday, so as I said a while ago, now you will still be dealing with other people. Lalo na, let's say, you'd be assigned in marketing. You'll be assigned in a certain department wherein you'd be dealing with other people. So you will not only be dealing with your customers, with your clients, but you will also be dealing with your boss. No? So it is very essential that you develop your social skills. So ngayon pa lang, estudyante kayo, so make sure to build and maintain relationships with other students. So pwede kang makipag-usap sa kanila. Of course, meantime, you will not communicate with them face to face, but via online. So in that case, you can why not try now, instead of just chat, why not try video call, no? Live call na you can be able to see each other, you can be able to talk with each other, no? And then talking about important things like your assignment, like your module, like other things that are educational, instead of just talking about your, let's say, your Mobile Legend or any games that you are actually doing right now. So uh, these social skills can be attained by through the following. So first, gaining ideas, information, techniques, and perspectives from people with different areas of expertise. So meaning that let us not be contented with our own knowledge. So we have to deal with other people. We have to gain ideas. We have to gain information, techniques, perspective from different people na. From people with different areas of expertise. So meaning to say na you need to have a role model when it comes, let's say, with good communication. So sino ba sa mga kakilala mo, teachers mo, or anyone na sa palagay mo ay gusto mong gayahin, or at kung gusto mo mas magaling pa sa kanila when it comes with their ability to speak, or with their ability to yung kanilang mga social skills. Yon. So you need a role model. So second is that providing their own perspective for the benefit of others. Third, accomplishing tasks and working together toward shared goal. Fourth, providing mutual support for difficult situations. Fifth, expanding network to learn about and pursue new opportunities, gaining feedback and referrals from people who can personally attest to work, skills, and qualities, and making the school truly a healthy and conducive learning environment. So these are actually self-explanatory. Now, though I would like to highlight some. For example, I already highlighted number one. So I would like to highlight number seven, making the school truly a healthy and conducive learning environment. So kung magiging teacher ka, someday, pag teacher ka na someday, one of the things that you should do is to establish a school that is healthy. Healthy in a sense that it's not only about healthy as in talking about germs, bacteria, and those things, no. But healthy would mean that it is conducive for learning. Um, the students are safe from physical, emotional, and all other aspects that can threaten them. Then, if you are an AB economics student, perhaps someday you'll be working in a company. So, the same thing, no? So, kasi yung workplace natin, kailangan healthy siya and conducive for whatever things that you're actually doing there. So, in terms of, in case na sa education, ang pinakang target is to have a healthy school, a healthy environment in a school. In your case, a healthy environment in your company. So, these are the types of social skills. So, there are types of social skills that teachers can demonstrate among students to attain a harmonious relationship with them. So, kung estudyante ka ngayon, so these are the things that you'll be needing in order for you to communicate with your teachers as well as to maintain harmonious relationship. Anyway, teachers and students are working hand in hand in order for students to learn something in order for you to attain your goal, your future career someday. So, sa madaling sabi, andito kami to help you. So, kailangan natin magtulungan. And these social skills are needed by you, by us, in order for us to have a harmonious relationship with each other. So, one is effective communication. So, as we all know that for us to be able to express our ideas, for us to be able to say something, we should be very good when it comes with communication. So it's not only about just communication, but the terms used are effective communication. So it is the ability to communicate effectively and share thoughts and ideas with students through group conversations and discussions. So in our case, though we are doing modular, we are doing synchronous and asynchronous classes via online or offline. There are still conversations, there are still discussions, and in that case, still we can utilize effective communication. Okay, so let us continue with number two. So number two is conflict resolution. So it is the ability to get to the source of the problem and find a workable solution by weighing both sides from those involved with the goal of mediating for reconciliation. So part of this one is that we should have this ability to solve our problem by looking into the source of the problem, and then after looking in the source of the problem is to devise a workable solution wherein there will be win-win solution, no, not in a win-lose solution, but you have to weigh both sides, especially if there are people who are involved, so that you can be able to attain the what we call as reconciliation part. And then the third one is active listening. It is the ability to pay close attention to students in times of counseling, introspection, and consultation. So if you will become a teacher someday, so one thing that you should actually practice is active listening. No, students will share problems. Students uh, will be coming to you and tell secrets, tell family problems, or anything that they would like to say to you, and you have to pay close attention. So in case that you are an eco student, someday you'll be working in a company and you'll be dealing with clients. So there are times that you have to explain, and then about certain project or about certain products that you are um, selling in your company. In 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 other cases naman that your clients will also be saying something to you, and you need to pay close attention to that, and you can do that by active listening. Another one is empathy. It is the ability to understand and identify the feelings of others in times of difficulty and trouble. So empathy meaning you are putting yourselves in the shoes of others. So these can be practiced in times of difficulty, in in times of problems. No, we can only understand the way others are actually feeling is when we put ourselves in their position. So you cannot just say na I've been there. You cannot just say na ganito ako, ganyan din ako dati, kaya mo yan, mga ganyan. So, iba't iba kasi dapat tayo, di ba, ng personality. So, the best thing that we can do is to reach out to them and tell them that you understand whatever kind of situations that they are facing. Another one is relationship management. So it is the ability to maintain relationships and build key connections with school stakeholders for the students' development. So in case of education students, so someday you'll become teachers. So one thing that na kailangan mo is for you to have a good connections with others. So specifically the stakeholders of the school. So these are internal stakeholders like the parents, the students, other teachers, the school administrators, and then external stakeholders are the barangay, no? Barangay, then other organizations that are that are potential for helping the schools. It may be by finances or in kind, wherein the target is for the students development. So when it comes with non-education students, so someday you'll be working in a company and you'll be needing pa din naman relationship management with your colleagues, with your superior. And of course, six is respect. So it can be done by knowing when to initiate communication and respond during interactions or even in times of heated arguments and confrontations. So meaning to say, di ba, there are times na when two persons are talking, and then medyo madidinig mo yung pinag-uusapan nila, and then all of a sudden sasabat ka na lang, magsasalita ka, excuse me, I would like to butt in. So hindi pwedeng ganun. So kailangan may respeto ka din. Lalo na pag nasa workplace na kayo, na there are times na wag ka sasali sa usapan kung di ka naman talaga kasali, no? Well, in case na ngayon na estudyante pa lang kayo, there are times na nagagawa nyo yun, but better to practice that because that is a sign of respect. And of course, you can also use respect during the time of heated arguments and confrontations. So, sabi nga, na kapag galit ka or sa isang tao and you need to talk to that person, better not talk to that person na lang for the meantime that you're still mad. So another one is problem solving skills. So this involves seeking help, making effective decisions, and accepting consequences to derive better solutions to the problem. So another skill nga is problem solving skill. So hindi naman nawawala kasi ang problem, no? Either you are a student, you will be working in a company, in a school, o kung anumang klase ng trabaho na meron ka, lagi pa din may problema. And then you'll be needing this skill for making effective decisions and then accepting consequences to derive better solutions to the problems. So you have to remember na in making solutions to the problem, you need to analyze the problem muna. And then at the end of it, whatever the consequences are of your decision, so you have to accept it and to come up again better solutions to address the problem. Another one is interpersonal skills. These include the abilities of sharing, joining activities, asking for permission, and waiting for one's turn in every facet of school undertakings. So, kahit naman saan ka after ng graduation mo, you'll be needing interpersonal skills. As I've said, hindi na ngayon uso ang mahiyain. Lalo na you'll be working, yung iba magiging teacher, yung iba mag-work sa mga company. How can you teach students if you are shy? How can you teach students if you do not want to talk to them? Diba? How can you sell a product if you do not want to talk? Hindi naman pwedeng body language lang or sign language lang. Diba? Even ngayon ng pandemic, ang dami ng mga yung mga nag-live selling and ang gagaling nila 'di ba makipag-usap doon sa mga miners nila. So as in our case, no, magiging teacher kayo, mag-work kayo, yung iba mag-work sa mga malalaking companies, you'll be needing interpersonal skills. So, we are done with that part. So, let us talk now about improving social skills. So, social skills can be improved by focusing on sustaining desirable attitudes and eliminating those undesirable ones through modeling, role-playing, and performance feedback mechanisms. So, in that case, you may consider the following. So, one is maintaining eye-to-eye contact. When you are talking with somebody, you practice to look in their eyes. So, medyo awkward lang sa simula. Siguro, tingnan mo na lang yung pagitan ng mata nila or di kaya tingnan mo yung kilay nila. So, something na pwede mong i-adapt so that you'll be able to adjust na medyo nahiya ka pa makipag-eye-to-eye contact. But that's one good thing in effective communication kasi. Kailangan nakatingin ka sa mata. Ang pangit naman, di ba, makipag-usap sa isang tao na hindi ka na niya kayang tingnan. So, using proper body language. So, yung katawan natin, ay nagagamit din natin in communication. So, pwede yung pagsabayin actually, yung verbal at saka non-verbal communication. So, you make sure lang that you are actually using proper body languages. Another thing is that knowing the difference between being assertive and being aggressive. So, there are cases na you'll be talking with people and there are times na kailangan mo maging assertive and kailangan mo naman minsan maging aggressive. And selecting effective communication channels. So, what are the proper communication channels para dun sa pakikipag-usap mo sa kanila? So, you have to select properly. And then, you have to be flexible, meaning to say na, in our case, lalo na kapag ikaw ay teacher o di kayo you'll be working in a company, you have clients, you have customers, lagi natin tatandaan na we should always be flexible. So, meaning to say na tayo yung nag-a-adjust for them at hindi less lang yung adjustment nila para sa atin. Just imagine, pag teacher ka, uwian na ng 5 o'clock, biglang may dadating na magulang, kakausapin ka. So, in other companies kasi, halimbawa, you are working in a bank, no? Pag alas 3 na, bawal nang papasukin ng guard. That is non-negotiable. In your case, in our case, in the field of education, we are very flexible when it comes with that case. So, if you will be working naman in a company, flexible ka pa din, no? Flexible ka pa din kasi you'll be dealing with different clients. Iba't ibang, though you will be following one standard in dealing with them, magbabago yung standard mo, case-to-case basis, bawat clients na may encounter mo. So, accepting criticism without being defensive. So, one thing na kailangan daw natin i-practice in improving our social skill is that we have to accept criticism without being defensive. So, ibig sabihin, you have to accept what other people are telling about you. Pwedeng sabihin sa'yo na, o hindi ka pa magaling magsalita or mahiyain ka magsalita or pwedeng sabihin na, oh, alam mo, medyo tumatalsik yung laway mo habang nagsasalita ka. So all these things should be taken lightly and positively because these are points for improvement. So ibig sabihin, may nasasabi sila kasi may nakikita sila. And kung nakikita nila at sa palagay mo, you need to improve that, you need to change that, then therefore do it because it is for your self-development. O i-avoid na lang natin yung pagiging defensive. Di ba minsan, may sasabihin yung ibang tao sa'yo na ganito, then you'll be defending yourself. So pwede mo sabihin na, kasi kaya naman ako ganyan kasi ganito. So, sabi dito kasi, in order for you to improve your social skills, kailangan i-accept natin yung mga ganong criticism without being defensive. Of course, ibang usapan naman kung hindi totoo yung sinasabi nila or about us. Remaining positive at all times. Being teachable and a good student in most instances. So, napakalaking bagay if we are teachable. Hindi kasi ibig sabihin, halimbawa, mataas na yung natapos mo, doctor ka na or MA grad ka na. Kailangan, regardless of the educational attainment, we should be teachable. Okay? Kasi in every hour or every minute that we do, lagi tayong may matututunan. Kahit tayo, halimbawa kami, teachers kami, but we can still learn from our students, no? So in your case, you can also learn, no, from your colleagues, from other people that surrounds you. Okay, so likewise, other ways that may help are as follows. Behave as a social person. Start small if necessary. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Create goals for yourself. Offer compliments generously. Read books about social skills. Practice good manners. Pay attention to your body language. Join a social skills support group. Stay up to date on current events. And identify and replace negative thoughts. So these are other things pa or other factors pa that you may consider in developing your own social skill. So highlight natin yung iba. For example, you need to practice good manners. Matagal ng panahon, wala na ata sa elementary or even in the high school, yung good manners and right conduct. Kasi sabi, yung GMRC daw should be infused in all subjects. So you need to practice good manners, no? Ano ba yung tamang manner pag nasa public, tamang manner pag kakain, tamang manner pag nakapila ka, tamang manner pag sasakay ka ng sasakyan, and so on and so forth. So kailangan pinapractice natin siya. Even if others are actually not doing it. So, since tayo naman yung may capacity, tayo nakakakita kung ano yung mali at tama, then therefore, doon tayo sa tama. And ano pa magandang i-highlight natin dito? Create goals for yourself. So, hindi naman masama na may goal ka din for yourself. So, that's part of your self-development. And ano pa? Stay up to date on current events. Yung mga ganyang bagay. Okay, so what are the impact of social skills? Possessing social skills result to better relationships, better communication, greater efficiency, advanced career prospects, and increase overall happiness. So ito lang naman yung ilan dun sa mga possible impacts ng social skills natin. O di ba kapag lagi ka nakikipag-usap dun sa tao na nasa isang relasyon or you build good communication with them, maayos ang communication mo, minimize yung tinatawag natin na misunderstanding. Because if there will be no communication that are na two channels between two persons, there will be misunderstanding, and misunderstanding can lead to other things, and worse come worse, pwedeng mag-lead sa broken relationships. It may be boyfriend girlfriend or mag-asawa, or pwede din naman sa magkakaibigan. So kaya we need to practice, we need to possess these social skills. So and those discussions are about social literacy. So let's talk about emotional intelligence that are also connected to social literacy. So, emotional intelligence can bring about maintaining a healthy and purposeful relationship with others that may best depict a social literate person. So, connected pa din. So, sinong proponent niyan? That was Goldman in 1996. Defines emotional intelligence as the ability to recognize, understand, and manage own emotions, and recognize, understand, and influence the emotions of others. So, dalawa lang So, you have to manage your own emotion, and you have to influence the emotions of others. So, it is being aware that emotions can drive behavior and impact people. So, it could be a positive impact or a negative impact. So, in learning how to manage those emotions in times of kailan natin dapat minamanage yung mga emotions natin, giving and receiving feedback. So, sometimes we are overwhelmed in giving feedback for others, lalo na if we are giving a criticism to people na medyo mainit yung dugo natin, no? So, since opportunity na natin to say something na pwede nating ipula do sa isang tao, baka hindi natin na ma-manage yung emotion natin, nadadala tayo ng emotion natin. So, same thing as with the receiving feedback. No? So, meeting tight deadlines. So, pag may mga deadlines tayo, di ba, nakakraming tayo, lalo tayong namamali-mali. So, we need to manage our emotions. So, dealing with challenging relationships, yung ilan sa inyo na baka nasa isang LDR setup, lalo na ngayong pandemic, no? Yung boyfriend mo nasa malayo, yung girlfriend mo nasa malayo, kung yung asawa mo nasa malayo. So, napaka-challenging yan. And you need to manage your emotions. Lalo na ngayon, pandemic, we are not sure about anything, no? So, we need to deal with these challenging scenarios. Not having enough resources. So, halimbawa, in case na walang makain, no? Pag walang makain, nakakainit yan ng ulo, tapos baka mangyari, hindi natin ma-manage yung emotions natin. So, dealing with change. Yung mga cases natin ngayon na hindi tayo pwede maglapit-lapit because bawal, lagi lang tayo nasa bahay, hindi tayo nakakalabas. Sa case nyo, hindi kayo nakakalabas, yung ilan sa atin, dahil may mga community lockdowns, community quarantines. So, sometimes there could be burst of emotions, and we need to control or manage those emotions and experiencing setbacks and failures. Yon. So, these are only some of the situations na possible na magkaroon tayo ng negative emotions. Pwede tayong magkaroon ng outburst. And as suggested by Goldman, these are those times na we need to manage our own emotion. So these are the strategies for enhancing emotional intelligence. So Goldman in 1995 laid down ways of enhancing emotional intelligence in the light of understanding in managing emotions that teachers need to know and understand. So one is think about feelings, okay? So for example, a teacher has to be aware of his or her student's background or situation that may trigger negative emotions. In that case, he or she would know the right approach when dealing with sensitive issues in class. So, thinking about, excuse, thinking about feelings would mean na you need to understand other people's emotion, no? So, kailangan mo intindihin ano ba yung pinaghuhugutan, bakit mainit yung ulo ng isang tao. So, you need to think about their feelings. And a person has to be sensitive to one's and others' feelings to come up with the right manner of approach or appropriate response. So, hindi pwedeng pabigla-bigla tayo ng reactions sa isang bagay na hindi natin pinag-isipan kung ano ba yung dahilan kung bakit ganun yung reactions nila. So another is you have to pause. This is about taking a moment to stop and think before doing anything to refrain from resorting to an unsound decision at the height of anger. So kadalasan kasi 'di ba pag sobrang init ng ulo mo, galit na galit ka, you are not actually thinking right. Kaya nga 'di ba sa mga case ng sa mga criminal minds, ang kadalasan na nakakapatay, nakakapanakit yung nagdidilim yung kanilang paningin. So nagdidilim yung paningin, ibig sabihin na nasa height na sila nung kanilang anger. So hindi na sila sound decision, no? So wala na sila sa katinuan ng biglaan lang naman, hindi naman ibig sabihin wala na sila hindi na talaga sila matino, but due to emotional outburst ay nagiging ganon sila. So that's why nga you need to pause if you think that you will be mad or you will be angry to somebody. You need to pause and then you have to walk away from the person na kinagagalitan mo, because we do not know what the consequences na pwedeng mangyari pag tayo ay nakagawa ng isang bagay na alam naman natin na mali. So another is trying to control one's thoughts. So this is controlling the reaction to emotions by focusing on one's thought in harmony with goals and values. For example, instead of overreacting to a certain incident or situation in class, trying to control negative thoughts to see a myriad of colors at the end of the rainbow among students. As such, trying to find beauty in all things despite not so good circumstances that may happen. So katulad ngayon, 'di ba? It's pandemic time. So we do not know, hindi natin alam, baka mahawa tayo or mahawa yung family members natin, no? Dito sa strive to control one thought is that we are looking into the positive side of things. So bagamat katulad ng nitong scenario natin, we are conducting online class. So, 'di ba, tandaan niyo nung bago-bago pa lang itong pinapatupad. So, ang dami natin mga negative thoughts about it. Walang internet, walang data, walang gadget, walang maayos na signal. But kung titingnan natin, madami tayong pwedeng maging advantage pagdating dito. So, yun ang pwede nating tingnan. So, to try to find beauty in all things despite of the not so good circumstances that may happen. Baka nga yung iba sa atin nakakapag part-time job pa dahil hindi naman kayo pupunta sa school. So, pwede, yung ilan actually, madami, may mga ilan akong kilala na mga nag-online class, yung mga tutorial ng English. Isineset up na lang nila sa time na walang klase. Yun na lang yun kanilang pinakang time na doon sila mag-tutor. So, 'di ba? Sayang din naman yung opportunity. So, benefit from criticism. So, criticism, even not delivered in a favorable way, is an opportunity to learn. It gives idea on how others think about you. So, may benefit naman ng criticism. Wag lang tayo maging defensive. Wag lang din tayo magalit dun sa tao na nagbibigay sa atin ng criticism. So, show authenticity. So, this is saying that what we mean with what we say, and we have to stick on our own values and principles. So, authenticity, ibig sabihin, yung mga kilos natin, yung mga values natin na nakikita sa atin, as well as the principles that we are showing to other people, ibig sabihin dapat yun yung totoo. Okay? So, walang halong pagpapanggap. So for example daw, in times of confrontation with parents, as teachers, we should clearly express our side with respect and sincerity while consistently upholding on the principle and truth behind the issue in order to avoid resorting to heated argument and conflict at the end. So, ito napag-usapan na din natin kanina, demonstrate empathy. Whenever we show empathy to others, such as understanding their thoughts and feelings, we can easily establish a connection with them. Diba? So, we should reach to our students, to our clients who are in worse situations and try to understand them and feel if we were in the same boat. So ngayong mga panahon, no, lalo na kami sa yung pressure sa pagiging teacher ngayong panahon na to. May mga estudyante na hindi nakakapagpasa ng module, may hindi nakakapagsagot, may hindi talaga gumagawa at naghihintay na lang na nakangangalang talaga. So, we need to understand. No? We need to open our hearts and our minds kung bakit ganun sila. So another is praise others. Walang bayad ang pagko-comment ng maganda sa kapwa. So make sure na to give proper praise to people who are actually doing it right. Okay? So we acknowledge their work, we acknowledge their effort. Okay? So that's one way of appreciating other people. And of course, pwede din naman in case na nakagawa tayo ng hindi maganda sa iba, no, we need to say sorry, di ba? So, we need to apologize. Wala naman din bayad ng apology. Ang problema lang dyan, kapag masyado ng malaki yung pride, mabigat yung pride, hindi kayang ibaba, so nagkakaroon ng tinatawag natin na poor communication, poor expression of emotions. That later lead into misunderstanding, and misunderstanding can become worse. So, saying sorry, demonstrate humility. So, sabi niya, hindi naman mahalaga kung sino yung may kasalanan. In a certain scenario, mahalaga may nag-apologize. Forgive and forget. When we apologize, we forgive and then we forget. So for example, when a student or colleague hurts us, we should be ready to forgive and let go of the pain that somehow caused us. Di ba yung ibang tao hindi nakaka-let go ng mga nakagawa sa kanila ng masama. So until now, may listahan sila kung sino yung mga yon. Until now, ay hindi sila nakaka-move on kasi you can only move on when you are able to forgive and forget. Hindi pwedeng forgive lang and then not forget. So, another is that keeping commitments. So, the habit of keeping one's word in things, either big or small, develop a strong reputation for reliability and trustworthiness. So, for example, when we are given tasks in a company or in a school, make sure that we commit ourselves, our time and efforts into it. So, if you are committed to something, then you are exerting your effort to it. Halimbawa, if you are committed to your studies, hindi ka malilate sa mga online classes, hindi ka malilate sa pagpapasa, active ka during class discussion. So, that's showing commitment. Parang yung mga relationship nyo lang yan sa mga boyfriend or girlfriend nyo or sa magulang nyo or sa kaibigan nyo na when we speak of commitment, na you are doing your best for the sake of the friendship. Okay? So, another one is help others, of course. So, one way to positively win others is through helping them because listening to and helping them can build trust and inspire them to follow. So, kailangan din ay tumutulong tayo sa iba. And of course, we have to protect ourselves from emotional sabotage. This being wise enough in protecting ourselves when others attempt to manipulate our emotions for personal sake. So, lalo na ngayon, pandemic, ang dami mga bagay na nangyayari. So, we have to protect ourselves from emotional sabotage. Okay? So, yan. So, emotional intelligence can be enhanced in school with the help of the following tools and strategies. So, ito mga ano na to, mga what do you call that, mga different activities na pwedeng ipagawa in order to develop itong emotional quotient, no, or emotional intelligence. So one is emotional literacy workshop. So this will help teachers to communicate with students, recognize and manage emotions, and increase self-awareness. Another is emotional literacy museum. It is a self-directed learning experience that teaches about the physiology of emotions, emotional regulation, and emotional literacy. Third is mixed emotion cards. It is a beautiful deck of tarot-like card of feelings labeled with feelings and synonyms. Emotion cards, it is an evocative, playful moon phase illustration and emotion and so on and so forth. So lahat ng yan ay pwede natin gamitin, no, in developing our students emotional literacy or even our own literacy. Okay? So kasi nga, 'di ba? Bago natin naman ipasagutan or ipagawa sa mga estudyante natin ng isang activity sheet, dapat na-try muna natin yung nasagutan for us to be able to tell kung madali ba or hindi yung pinapasagutan natin. So, madami pa yan, like ito, the zoo, the face workshop, the machine transformer, and so on. So, let us talk now this time about 10 characteristics of an emotionally intelligent person. So, pwede nyong i-check sa mga sarili nyo kung kayo talaga ay isa ng tao na mataas ang emotional intelligence. So, one is empathy, the capacity to understand or feel what other person is experiencing from within their frame of reference. Okay? Another is self-awareness. It is the art of understanding oneself, recognizing the stimuli, and preparing how to manage him or herself both in proactive and reactive manner. So third is curiosity. It is one's willingness to improve. When one is curious, he or she is passionate and therefore he or she is driven to desire to be at his or her best. So pag curious kasi tayo, di ba? We are willing to learn. We are accepting the challenge to learn. So katulad ngayon nitong pandemic, no? So ang hirap din ang magse-set up ka ng ng video lesson, then after that magse-set up ka pa ng Google link, magpapasa ka ng PowerPoint and so on. But still, teachers were able to adjust to whatever scenario that our administrators would give us. Another is analytical mind. So it pertains to being critical thinker that analyzes and processes all new information that comes his or her way and see if they can extract ways to improve. So parang ano to, no? Um, dapat ay tayo, no, kayo as students or pag naging professional na kayo, dapat kayo ay critical thinker. You know how to analyze, you know how to process information. Then, another is belief. It is the power of believing in oneself, both at present and future. And it is a matter of affirming that people and things in one's life happen for a reason and everything will ultimately turn out to be good. So, whatever kind of scenario you are in right now, you have to believe that someday it will turn out to be good. Okay? So, sabi nga, kapit lang daw. So, needs and wants, it is something that discern between things that one needs versus things that he or she just wants and establishing needs prior to fulfilling wants. Okay? So, another is passion. So it is the natural desire, instinct, drive, ambition, and motivated love for a subject or someone. More so, it brings positive energy that helps sustain and inspire one to keep going. So, kung estudyante ka ngayon, you should have passion in studying, you should have passion in learning. Kung ikaw naman ay pag naging teacher ka o di kaya ay you are working, no? So, aside from being committed to what you are actually doing, you should have passion to it. Okay? Kasi pag may passion ka sa isang bagay, magagawa mo siya ng maganda. So, another one is optimism. So, it is about maintaining a positive attitude that may increase one's opportunities, improve relationships, and think clearly and constructively. So, pag sinabi nating optimism ay laging positive sa mga nangyayari. Another is adaptability. It is an important recognition and the ability to make or remake decisions in one's best interest, and it is also determining when to continue his or her course or when it is the time for a change. So we should be adaptive to whatever changes that are happening around us. Okay? So another is desire to help others succeed. So, dito sa number 10 ay pinabubulaanan yung crab mentality, no? Kasi in number 10, there should be in our case, no, Filipino, no? So, we should have desire to help others to succeed. Kasi kapag hindi natin na pag ang iniisip lang natin ay yung ikasasama ng iba. So, let us talk about people skills. So, like emotional intelligence and social skills, people skills have been widely used in demonstrating social literacy at home, in school, or anywhere that a person may be. So, people skills are tools used to communicate and interact effectively with others. So, therefore, individuals with strong people skills are able to predict behavior, relate to others, and socialize easily. So, pansin nyo, di ba, there are people who are very sociable. So, mataas yung kanilang tinatawag natin na people skills. And patterns of behavior and behavioral interactions. For Thompson, in 2009, this is an area of exploration about how a person behaves and how he or she is perceived, irrespective of his or her thinking and feeling. And Haney, 2001, defines as the dynamic between personal ecology and its function with other people's personality styles in numerous environments. It could be life events, institutions, challenges, and others. So these are people skills can also be defined in three sets of abilities. First is personal effectiveness or about one comes across with others. Second, interaction ability or how well one predicts and decodes behavior. And third, intercede easily or ability to lead, influence, and build bridges between people. So since you are all students and someday you will be working, you are all potential leaders. Now, so moreover, people skills are the ability to accept, appreciate, and admire others on the personal or professional level. So good people skills extend to the ability to listen and empathize with others, as well as work toward common goal with them. Therefore, these are sets of skills that enable a person to get along with others, communicate ideas effectively, resolve conflicts, and achieve personal or professional goal. In general, Portland Business Journal described people skills as ability to effectively communicate, understand, and empathize, ability to interact with others respectfully and develop productive working relationship to minimize conflict and maximize rapport, and ability to build sincerity and trust, moderate behaviors, and enhance agreeableness, no? So ibig sabihin, these are the different people skills, and as as members of this community, bago tayo maging natin ipakita yung ating social skills or social literacy or emotional literacy in the workplace, dapat nauna natin itong sa sarili nating tahanan, no? So are we good communicators? Do we empathize? Do we respect our family members? Do we build sincerity and trust to them? Yung mga ganun. Okay, so these are the strategies in obtaining good people skills. So, first is good communication skills. So, strong skills in the communication area include the ability to take in information, clarify comments, and participate in effective verbal and written exchanges. Katulad nga nung nabanggit ko before, kaya ba natin na makipag-usap sa lahat ng klase ng tao? Or yung simpleng pag-order sa cashier sa isang fast food, tas solo ka ay hindi mo kayang gawin? Or kinakabahan ka? Or na parang you feel that parang na-anxious ka to express yourself? Okay? So, dapat ay hindi. So, conflict resolution skills, having the ability to mediate disputes and resolve conflict among others is an important personal and professional skill. So, kaya ba nating isolve yung mga conflicts natin personally? Or kaya ba natin na ipagkasundo yung ibang tao na may conflict? Okay, so these are actually good people skills. So third is the value of patience. So patience is an exceptional people skill that is valuable in every profession, no? So it involves being able to maintain an even temper, repeat and explain information as necessary, and control anger in even the most trying situations. So the value of patience will be tested during situations that can provoke you in doing something that are aggressive or emotional outburst, no? So kaya dapat mahaba talaga yung pasensya natin, lalo na if will be in a workplace. Pwedeng pag-teacher ka, madaming batang makukulit, batang maingay, magulang na nagreklamo. Pag naman nasa company ka, there are customers na mahilig mag-complain, madaming demand, tas hindi naman pala bibili, mga ganyan. So, doon matitest yung patience mo. So, another is tolerance and understanding. Having tolerance and understanding for the differences of others lead to success. Tolerant people have the ability to accept differences even when they don't personally agree with them. So, yun yung highlight ng tolerance and understanding. So, these are the 10 essential people skills to succeed. Okay? So, maganda din natandaan natin ito because this will be very helpful to us, hindi lang as students, but when we are already in the workplace, ito yung magagamit natin. So, being socially assertive. Crafting a memorable presence. Okay, so pag ba nakita ka, ano ba yung naaalala nila sa'yo? So, mastering communication, sustaining lasting confidence, being an excellent conversationalist, being highly likable. Being likable ay hindi dahil maganda or pogi ka, kundi dahil you are showing something that is exceptional. Magaling ang iyong social skills, magaling kang makisama, maayos ang itsura, ganun. Okay? Presentable. Being exceptional at decoding emotions, pitching ideas, being charismatic, and being an influential leader. Alright? So these are the things about Module 3, about social literacy. So that's all for today, and we'll be seeing you again in our next module. So thank you so much.